Hello there, I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum, and welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream, where we do some coding.
And I'm Joey, at J Wonderl on the MakeCode forum.
You ready to do some coding, Joey?
Sure. Coding.
I'm Shannon. I'm at Skatin on the MakeCode forum.
How would you feel about doing some coding today, Shannon?
I'm all right about it.
And I'm
Vivian,
Vivian.
how would you feel about it?
I'm not ready to do some coding, but I'm ready to prepare support for other things, interesting topics, hot button issues.
Well, that's the wrong answer, Vivian.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to have to ask you to leave for today.
No! You'll regret it if I leave. Then who will ask?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian does
How
so
would you
much for the
feel
stream,
about-
you guys. She's the one who hosts all and does all of the,
Oh, yeah!
She does so much stuff.
Vivian is the glue that holds the stream together.
If I left, I would shut the stream down. Man, I didn't even think of that. I was just like, okay, I would leave.
VIP. Sorry.
There would literally not be a stream. All right, guys, we're back to roller skating game, which is something we started on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. The big debut.
Mm-hmm. And this is a game that is trying to recapture all of our favorite activities as a child, which was going to birthday parties at a roller skating rink, which I think most of us did.
But I feel like it's not Joey and Shannon's favorite.
Well, no, I like to get stuff at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Team
Well,
Chuck
Chuck E. Cheese still exists, or is it kind of like Toys R Us?
I think Chuck E. Cheese does still exist. And...
Good, because I still have tokens. I need to use them.
Hi, Vivian.
You gotta go play some t-ball, Vivian.
Yeah, we only went once. Mm-hmm.
Chuck E. Cheese actually does have a weird relationship with retro games because it was founded by the founder of Atari.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fun fact. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about our game. So the idea is basically we're going to have everyone skating around this roller rink. And in the center, we're going to have an MC who is going to occasionally call for you to come and do, different like dances and things. And then everything's going to go back to free skate where you just kind of go around. So I think the main things we want to really capture this are, one, if you're going the wrong way, you should get yelled at. We're going to do that, okay? The next thing is, I think that when you get called to the center, maybe we'll do like a little rhythm game where the MC will strike poses and you'll have to like press the buttons to match those poses in order.
I love it.
Yeah.
Will it just
And
be the
then-
fit?
Hmm?
We can just drop in the fitting game. The I forget the name of it. The
Perfect
Perfect
fit.
fit.
cheat
Joey,
codes.
perfect fit.
Perfect fit. Yeah, we can just drop in perfect fit in there.
By the way, everybody, Shannon has obliterated everybody else's scores in perfect fit and holds the high score of 14. So if you beat her high score, let us know.
I cannot believe that it is like humanly possible to get 14. It's just nobody can have that kind of reaction time.
Yeah, we were all shocked.
It's crazy.
If you play enough, you start inhabiting the character, and it's like the limbs are your limbs.
All right, so where we kind of left off is we got all of our skaters going around the rink, but you may notice that some of them are going backwards, some of them are going in just like the wrong directions, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to try and fix that first off. So let's look at our code to do that. We're basically doing, let me zoom in here. For each of our skaters, we're spawning them on a random tile, and then we're doing these move blocks, which cause them to go in a rectangle around the rink. But if they don't start in the right place right now, they actually end up with going in the wrong direction, because this kind of assumes that you're starting up here in the top left. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to try and figure out a way to make this work, which is like you need to, depending on which corner you start out in, we need to have this be different. So to do that, we're going to add an extension real quick, which is going to be the tile maps extension. And we're going to be using this to figure out the location of our player and kind of just like what quadrant they're in. So let's look at our tile map real quick. If I remember, it's like 32 by 16. Yeah, 32 by 16. So depending on which of these 4 quadrants you're in, we're going to make some adjustments. I think that this one should work fine as is, and this one should also work fine as is. We just need to deal with these 2. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and we're going to put in an if statement. We're going to, actually, we can just put this inside of this separately too. Going to do this, and we're going to duplicate, and what we want to do is we want to reverse these for if they're in the wrong thing, because they should be doing the same sequence. They just need to do a different one first. So let's go ahead and fill out this condition. This is for if we're in the top left or bottom right. So to figure that out, we're just going to do some, logic. I'm going to put in some ors. Going to put in some ands. Going to put in some comparisons.
Do you already know what check you're gonna do, and that's how you're building it out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It sounded like, you were cooking instead of baking. You just like sprinkle some of this in there. We'll see what we get.
Gotcha.
Let's call another ore on there.
What? No, we don't need any more ors. Joey, get out of here.
That is a lot of ores.
Yeah. Okay. So to figure out if we are in the top left, that's going to be this first and we want to check to see if we are in the top left of a 16 by 32 tile map. So let's figure out where this corner is. Okay, so, well, I guess we don't really want to figure out the corner. We just kind of want to figure out the range. So I'm just going to do this. And then like this. We want to figure out if we are in this range, basically. So if we look at this corner right here, this is 16.7. You can see in the bottom left, that's where the coordinates show up. So if our column is less than 16 and our row is less than 7, then we should be good. So let's go ahead and code that up now. We're going to go ahead and, oh, whoops. I should probably undo that change to the tile map I made. There we go.
You don't want flowers in your rink?
Not like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to do location of skater. And we're also going to go and get the column. So using this. And we're going to duplicate, 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 because we're going to need these to fill in all of our other conditions. All right, so if our column is less than 16, and the next one we want to do is our row is less than 7. And now we want to do it for the other one. So we're going to actually change these less thans to be greater thans. And let's go ahead and fill this in. Row. Okay. Now let's figure out what those values should be. Well, it should be greater than 16 for the column. That's easy. Or greater than 15, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do greater than 16. And for the row, we want to do greater than 7. Yeah, so that should do it. Let's go ahead and put this in here and see what happened. Seems like everyone's going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Looks great.
Yeah. I want to mess with the placement of these guys, though, so that they're not going through the center, because you're not supposed to go through the center. This is like the trick area.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and I think mess with their placement a little bit. So let's go to the function where we create our skaters. Yeah. So right now we're just placing them on top of a random location. Instead, I'm going to make a new function, and it's going to be called placeSkater. It's going to take in a sprite, and I'm just doing this so that I can easily copy this logic I'm about to write between these two functions. We also have a third skater that I might add at some point. I might do that off stream. All right. So we're going to, there's one of 4 corners that we can kind of spawn them in. As long as we spawn them in the corners, they should circle around the center. So to figure that out, we're going to make a variable, which is going to be called, you know what? I don't even want to make a variable for this. I'm going to make a, I'm going to edit my function to take in a number, which is going to be quadrant. And we're going to check our quadrant and set their location based off that. Get some more logics. All right, we're going to start at the top left and then go clockwise. So for this one, we want to make sure that they're in this top, you know, kind of portion of the screen. So let's figure out what that's going to be. That's up to like this corner. So we want anything that's like in this range. So this right here is at 5, 4. So I think as long as we do 5, 5, yeah, as long as we do, well, 5, 5 is off limits. So it's like, let's just do 4, 4. That'll be better. So anything between 0 and 4. So we're going to go ahead and get a place on tile block, place on location. Put skater in here. We're going to get some math randoms. And we want to do 0 to 4 and 0 to 4. Okay, let's go ahead and copy and paste this around. And I'm going to call this function.
Boo.
I'm sorry, Vivian. I'll mess up again. It'll happen.
Thank you. Otherwise, I'll start questioning, is Richard actually human? Who knows?
Yeah. Scholars have debated it. So for this quadrant, we're going to go ahead and switch between 0 and 3, because this actually includes 3, so it'll be, you know, 4 different things. All right, now let's go ahead and take this and put it over here. And get rid of this. And let's go ahead and figure out our next one. So for our next one, the x is going to be different. We're going up to 16, so I'm pretty sure we should be able to just do, what's 16 minus 4?
12.
So 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So should this be 11, actually? 11, yes. 12, 13, 14, 15. That's right, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. I don't want to find out. All right. So for this next one, we're going to be doing 11, 15 here. And then for this one, oh, shoot. Let's see. This is actually width, so this should be more. So this one should actually be 11 to 15, and this one should be 11 to 15. And then this one should be from 32. So what's 32 minus 4? 28.
28.
But is it actually 27?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Because it's 32 minus 4 minus 1.
I think it's actually just 32 minus 4 is 27, Joey. Shannon's the math wizard. We need, you know.
32 minus 4 is 28. Yes. You're trying to confuse me, but it definitely is.
Richard, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you pop a random block into their movement speed?
Oh, let's see.
Sometimes
I
you go
can.
faster and sometimes you go slower.
Okay, wait. So do you want it to be each one moves at a different speed, or do you want it to be each one at each leg they can be going a random speed?
I think if you just put it in at each leg, it'll probably look okay.
Well, it's
not
easy
sure.
to do the other way too.
Is it? Oh yeah, you just do it before.
Yeah, so actually I'm going to go ahead and just edit this function, and I'll put in a speed. And we'll drag it in here. And now if we go over to here, we're going to... they're going very slowly now. We'll do... Let's see. These guys should go faster, I think. I'm going to put them from like 90 to like 130. And then for these guys, I'm going to do like 70 to 100. Are you okay with that, Joey?
Yeah, sure.
Shannon's has to be faster, you know, otherwise it breaks
Yeah.
the immersion of the game.
Oh man, yeah, look at these.
My character's just happy to be there, I think.
That's the correct roller rink mood. You should be happy to be there.
Yeah.
I realize I never flipped these. Oh, wait, I flipped the wrong one.
Oh.
Cool. We still have that teleporting problem. Why do we have that teleporting problem? I wonder if maybe I can fix it by
I feel like you're a teacher at like a race and these are students. You have to make sure they don't get lost. You have to make sure they round the bend correctly.
Huh, that might have fixed it.
What was the problem?
It's a problem with my extension, not with the code we wrote. Oh wait, this guy's gonna teleport. But definitely fewer are teleporting than they were before, so I feel kind of good about that at least. So I wonder if I just up this to 200, it'll fix it more.
Why don't you need a pause after like the second one?
Oh, you're right.
Oh, okay.
And that pause is a little too long. Let's change this to be 100 because it might have just been what Vivian said. And get rid of this. And yeah, looking pretty good. Okay, for some reason this has changed to be function 0, 0.
Quarter?
That is not a quarter. Come on. I probably was just focused on that while I started trying to type a speed.
Oh.
And I changed it to be 0, 0.
Vivian, so skeptical.
That is, come on, Vivian, that is not a quarter.
It's not a quarter, but I figure, you know, like stars, maybe it might just, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask.
All right, and I'm going to, I'm actually going to up this to be, so that they look like they're skating faster. I'm going to make it like 400. All right, guys, what's next?
Either mini game or yelling at you for going backwards. Right?
Okay. Let's
What
do
do-
minigame because I want to get this guy into the action.
Nice. Yeah, it's just a hazard right now.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna put him in the center of the screen. So let's see. Where is our MC? Cool. So let's go ahead and set our position of our MC. And we're going to set it to, let's see, 16 times 16 is 160 plus 60. Is it? I don't know. Joey, look it up.
Wait, what numbers are you trying to do?
16
16 by
times
16.
16.
256.
Oh, see, I had it right in my head, and I just was afraid that I was wrong, so I didn't say it. Okay, yeah. So we got him in the center, and for the Y, we wanted to do 16 times 8, which will be 128.
Wow,
There you go,
so
cool.
official.
Yeah, but we'll adjust this a little bit so that they're more centered. Let's make this like 128 minus 20. We'll do 108.
You're really focused on the math today, Richard.
Am I?
I don't know. I feel like I never have to do so much math usually. Multiplying, subtracting, man.
I haven't asked you to divide a single thing.
That's true. Please don't.
All right. So what I want to happen is we added this shader extension. And so what I want to happen is when you when they start chatting, I want everything to shade. I want the camera to pan over to the MC, and then I want it to say, everyone, come in, and then go back to your character, and then you have to go and get to your spot. So we'll make a little thing that says like right here, and then you'll have to go to it. Does that sound like fun?
Yeah, it sounds very dramatic.
Spotlight.
Right.
It should be like a spotlight.
Yeah, there's gonna be a spotlight.
Nice.
So yeah, it's gonna create. I think it's going to immediately shade everything on the screen. Then it's going to pan over to the MC who's going to be talking, and then some words are going to come up, and then it'll go back to you. So let's do that. We're going to make a function now, which is going to be called start im scene.
It's beautiful. That's art.
And for testing, we're gonna just put this inside of a on B button press because we're not using that right now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab a start cutscene. And we're going to first start by locking the controls of your character. So let's go ahead and do controller, move, cool cat, with buttons, 0, 0. Now we're going to create a new sprite, which is going to be called camera sprite.
Does the word Sprite mean something else? Like, why is there Sprite? Like the soda.
Well, sprites are like fairies too. But
Yeah.
Oh. So it's like the bubbles are fairies.
It
Who
might
knows?
also mean like, because you can say like something is like sprightly, which is like bouncy or like.
But I think that's like a reference to the mythical, sprite.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Google at least says that it's an elf or fairy or a computer graphic which can be moved on screen and otherwise manipulated as a single entity. So,
Very
What's
comprehensive.
the little etymology chart tree say?
Origin, English, to Middle English, which was Sprit, and then to Middle English, which was Sprite. Oh, Sprit, which is spirit.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, I see. Cute.
Oh, that makes sense.
Third definition, a faint flash, typically red, sometimes emitted in the upper atmosphere over a thunderstorm owing to the collision of high-energy electrons with air molecules. That's another MakeCode
cool
fact.
I'm into that.
All right. So we're creating this sprite. We're going to be moving it to the location of the MC. And then we're going to, right now I'm just writing the code to undo our everything at the end. So when this ends, the cool cat's going to be able to move with buttons, and we're going to destroy our camera sprite, and we're going to have the camera follow cool cat again. So okay, right here, we want to move to the right location. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and get the MC's X and Y. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to have the camera sprite move back to cool cat X and Y for the end of our scene. And now we want to have the MC say some stuff. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll have the MC say.
Can they all be in order because of the new extension release? No need to do them all in their own thing? Never mind.
Do you have an objection to, hey, all you cool cats and kids?
No, I like that.
Yeah, I think Vivian has a good point, which is like, because of the new extension, now you don't need the Q story part that we previously needed for each sentence. You can just stack them. Is that what you were?
Yeah. So, right, I forgot that we were making this game to demonstrate the story extension and the changes that are happening. Yeah, so if you've seen us use this extension before, you might have seen a block called Q story part, and we used to like put each of these inside of a Q story part. And that was kind of nifty, and it's good for advanced programs, but it's really also pretty confusing. I think a lot of people on the stream were confused about how it actually worked, which was totally fair because it was a confusing API. So instead, what I've done now is made it so that you can they just pause until they finish. So now you can just put them in order. And it means you can't do two things simultaneously at the same, like you used to be able to. But yeah, that's not a big loss.
I love this. This is so cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's try this out. We're gonna press B. And I can move again.
Awesome.
All right. So what we want to do is we want to make it so that we can we're doing the shading now. So I added this shader extension the other day, which have we actually used this on stream before?
I think once to demo it, because you were like, hey, you guys requested this and I did it.
Yeah.
Turn around. But we didn't use it in a game, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're actually going to create a what the heck is this? 160 by 120 is our screen dimension. We're going to create a shader real quick. And so the way the shader extension works is you just make an image, and it only needs to be one color. And anything that is colored in will get shaded, and anything that is not will not. So what we're doing is we're basically just creating a spotlight that's going to be around our MC. So when we do this, it's going to pan over. We're going to drop the lights, and the MC is going to start talking. And then it'll go back over to our cool cat. So let's go ahead and make a variable, and we're going to call this spotlight.
Question in the chat about how this shading is affecting FPS. No, question. A comment that like it will be bad for FPS.
Oh, it'll be bad for FPS if you do a lot of them. If you just do one, you'll be fine. Yeah. I think maybe I shouldn't have mentioned in the initial forum post that it's bad for FPS, because it is if you shade a lot of stuff. But if you're only doing one of them and you're careful about it, it's really not that bad.
And this only really matters on hardware in the first place. In the browser, it'll be fast.
Oops, I forgot to set the location. So the shader creates sprites, so you can actually just like anything else, use the set position.
That is a good point. This could be thought of as a quarter opportunity. From the chat. The chat said that, to be fair.
Joey, what are you doing to me?
Getting us closer.
Joey loves dogs. Why do you hate puppies, Richard?
Yeah.
They know what they did. All right, so I think our spotlight looks pretty good. I'm wondering now if it's worth it to like blank out the rest of this, screen, because it'll be kind of tough, but it's not that bad.
We're zooming over, goes like that, and we'll turn the lights up.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe after he's done talking, we'll destroy the spotlight, and then we'll turn it back on when the game's we actually start the dance game. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna destroy that spotlight. Nice. That looks really good. All right. So now what we're going to do is we need to move everyone into this center area. So that's going to be a few different things. One, we're going to make a place for our cool cat to go. And it's going to be right next to the MC, I think, because we want them to be able to see the MC's moves. And then we're also going to move all of our skaters into here. So we're going to give them all locations that are inside of this center area. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I think, make a variable now, which is going to control if this code is running or not. So let's go ahead and make a variable, which is currently skating. And we're going to go ahead and set this to be true. All right. Now, here's going to be something kind of important. We're going to put our skating code inside of this is currently skating. We need to leave a pause outside. If we don't leave a pause outside, our game is going to get stuck. And that's because if you have a while true and it doesn't do anything, your game will just pause forever on that while true. If you put a pause inside, then it'll let everything else run. So we're going to leave one of these pauses outside. Yeah. Alternatively, what we could do is like just get rid of this while loop entirely and then like, re-trigger it, but that's going to be pretty complicated, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with it right now. So we're going to do it this way.
Was that a danger second?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Okay, so after we do this, we want to have everyone skate into their positions. So to do that, we're going to, for each of our skaters, we're going to call cancel movement. So cancel movement is good because it lets us stop any movement that they're currently doing. So this will stop them moving altogether. Otherwise, if we were to set this variable that we just made, it's not actually going to stop them from the next time that they move. Instead, it's going to... Actually, that's making me realize a problem with my code. I think I actually need to do it like this.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to run into trouble, which is that as soon as, this one gets canceled, it's just going to go on to the next one. And they'll start moving again. So by wrapping them both inside of a currently skating, we prevent that from happening. By the way, the reason that I don't care about the shader and hardware is because I'm already creating so many threads that this probably isn't going to run on hardware. I could definitely make it so it runs on hardware, but it would be a lot more complicated than it is now.
Especially in blocks.
Yeah. Okay, so for the list, we're going to go into sprites, and we're going to get the array of all sprites. Array of sprites of kind. Do skater. For each of these, we're going to cancel movement. And then we're also going to set currently skating to false. Okay, let's see. Cool. All right. Now everyone's just kind of eerily standing. All right. Now here's going to be the tough part. We need to, for each of these, we need to choose a place for them to go. And so I can think of a few ways to do this, but you know what? Actually, I think I just had a good idea. Let's just do it in the tile map.
Are you going to change the inner ring to be a different type of tile?
They're already different.
It actually already is.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. If you can see, there's one nail that is deleted on the board.
Okay. Well, that works then.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is I want to make it so that... actually, I can just use the placeholder extension. Let's do that. I want to make it so that I have a clearly defined place for them to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just take one of these NPC tiles, and we're going to, just kind of scatter them around.
Where are these tiles from?
These get added to your gallery when you add the tile maps extension.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're pretty useful. I drew them.
Yeah, obviously. Classic
come
Richard
on.
flavor. What do you mean, come on? It's very Richard style.
Okay, so we're marking all of our NPC locations. I also want to mark like the player location. So for that one, I'm going to do, I guess, just NPC2. I'm going to have the player be... No, let's put the player right there. Okay. But, oh no, now I have all these ugly tiles in my tile map. We don't want that.
Boo.
Well, the tile map extension has got us covered. We're actually going to go in here and just do this cover all. And we will cover all of our NPC1 tiles with this, and cover all of our NPC2 tiles with that also. And yay, I chose the wrong one.
It's kind of mazy, though.
Yay! It looks like nothing happened. The neat thing about this is that those tiles are still there. So we can actually really easily make it so that we can, use these elsewhere, which is neat. Oh. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, MCing. Okay, now for each of these, I'm going to create a variable which is going to be called all skater destinations. And we're going to set this to be an array of all tiles. So we're going to go in here, array of all blank locations, and we're going to set this to be NPC1. And now for each of these skaters, we're going to make it so that they move to one of these locations. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I can't just put... the first thing you might think is that I would just put something like this in here. Right? Change this to value and then change this to the X and Y of tile. But that's actually going to make them move all one by one. Like each one is going to wait for the previous one to go, and then it's going to, they're all just going to keep going, which is, not very realistic. So instead, I'm thinking that maybe we should use these threads that we're already creating, all of these separately do's that we're already doing. And for that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into extensions and add, you guessed it, it's Vivian's favorite extension.
Woo! Best time
Arcade
of the
Sprite
day.
data. All right. Now, for each of these, what we're going to do is we're going to choose a random destination for them. And we're going to, so let's make a variable called destination and write that code first. And we're going to set that destination in their sprite data, and then they're going to skate to that destination inside of their loop over there. So let's go ahead and let's see. Oh yeah, first we'll choose it. So we're going to set our destination. And for that, we're going to do go into arrays. And we're not going to use get random value because we want to make sure that they don't go to the same destination. So we're actually going to have to, code out our old faithful. Which is going to be get and remove value from pick random from 0 to the length of the all skater destinations -1. The reason I call that old faithful is because we didn't used to have this wonderful block that Joey added of pick random value from array. And for a long time, we had to code this on basically every stream. Okay, so for all skater destinations, we are getting and removing a value at somewhere between 0 and the length of the array -1. You can't do length of the array because that's out of range. So this will make it so that all of our skaters get their own destination, and they won't. No two skaters will try to go to the same tile. And now we're going to use sprite data to set some numbers. So we're going to make this destination X. And this one's going to be the less exciting destination Y. Destination-y.
Destination? Why? I like being here.
I'm going to capitalize these. And we're going to go and get to the tile maps. We're going to grab this block right here, the same one we used for column and row. I'm going to take that destination, put it in here, and we're going to go ahead and do the X and Y. So one neat thing about this block is that if you do X and Y, that's going to give us the center of the tile, which is exactly what we want. You can also do the top, left, right, bottom, all of that stuff, but we want the center. And we're going to also, I think, just to make it easy on us, we're going to set one more thing, which is going to be a Boolean And we'll just call this, has destiny. So it's true. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to now, add that into here. So we're going to go into logic. We're going to do a if. We're going to take our skater and we're going to go check that Boolean. If skater has destiny. Then we're going to set that has destiny to be false so that they only do this once. And now we're going to do a move with speed and set it to be their destiny X and destiny Y. Destination X, destination Y. Should I change it to destiny X, destiny Y?
Destination. Okay.
Destined X.
I'm really just not understanding how you have the will to resist to say destination-y and destination minx.
I said that earlier.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
well then you're good. Yeah. Now I
Has
now
no
I understand
will.
your will.
All right, destined X, destined Y, duplicate, go down here. All right, let's test this code.
Whoa, they're so fast.
They gotta get there. They gotta be excited or else we're gonna lose.
Awesome. All right, I think I should get rid of these two locations because we've got some more locations that they can go to, and it's a little too close to the MC.
I agree with you, but it looks very cool to have the MC like in the little
Surrounded by things.
You should switch them. I just saying this looks.
All right, and so the next thing we want to do is we want to make it so that there's a location for you to go to. So we're gonna put in like a little target, and it's gonna say like go here. And then once you go to like this location, then we're going to I think center the camera onto the MC, and then start doing this game. Turn the spotlight back on. So let's do that. All right, let's create a sprite for this. We're going to, let's see, just like do a G and an O.
Classic Richard,
Classic Richard, doing the alphabet. Hear that, guys? No one else is allowed to do this.
Yeah, I have counting. You have alphabet. Shannon has math. And Joey has all the extensions and blocks. It's a good division of, responsibility.
Sometimes I'm pretty good at multiplying things that, are powers of 2.
Would you say that falls under math or maybe like fun facts?
It's not really a fun fact. It's kind of a lame fact, right?
Okay, you can have lame facts then.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this up here. And we're going to make this a little bit taller. and we're going to put in a arrow. Yeah, how's that look?
It's beautiful.
Should do an outline maybe.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you gonna give it a what's the a bobbing animation?
Yeah.
Feels like. Yeah.
Okay, at this point I'm just doing a fill, so let's do that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Is that too chromatic aberration-y? Oh,
that is worse for me. That is
white
way worse.
Text on purple?
Yeah.
Do what text on purple?
White text on the bright purple.
Okay.
On bright purple? Oh, that is good.
Shannon can also have colors.
Yeah. The white, when the white text is on there, it feels like it mellows out the purple quite a bit. Like it feels less bright.
All right, so we're creating our location sign, and we're going to place it on top of our location. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to place on top of random. Set it to be this NPC2, and then we're going to change its Y by a little bit so that it's pointing at the tile. We want it to go up, so we're just going to like subtract 16. Nice. Okay. And now what we want to do is I think we're going to set a variable, and then we're going to, when we overlap with the NPC1 thing, we're going to destroy this and move to the center of the tile, and then we'll start the dance game, which we're not going to get to, but let's at least finish the rest of this. And then we can do the dance game next time we come back to this game. We're definitely coming back to it because I love this game.
Also, there's so many story blocks we haven't shown yet.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get all of them into this game, but we'll certainly try.
I think the main thing you're missing is conversation. So we just need a mechanic for having a conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to set a boolean that's going to be called moving to dance location. We're going to set that to true. And the reason we're setting this variable is because we're going to do an on overlap of tile. Sorry, that's insane. And we only want to do this if, you know, the dance is active. Otherwise, we don't want this code to run. So we're going to go into here. We're going to take our moving to dance location and put it inside of our condition. And then we're going to set that to be false. And we want to move to the center of this tile. So we're actually going to go ahead and let's see. Make another function, which is going to be start dance competition. And for the dance competition, first thing we want to do is we're actually going to take in an X and Y. I think that's the cleanest way to do this. And we're going to pass the X and Y of this location into this function so that we can have them move. The reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to put this all inside of a start cutscene, because start cutscene happens in the background. If I were to put this in here, then it would cause my game to pause because it's in an overlaps event. I think. Right, Joey?
It would freeze the game completely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into our tile maps, and we're going to go ahead and get our X and Y just like we did before. So that right there. That right there. And this is just to adjust their location a little bit, so they're on the center of the tile and nicely aligned. So let's go ahead and do a go into story and do another move. Set this to be cool cat. Move to X, move to Y. And now we want to drop the lights again. Oh, and also destroy our location sign. Should probably do that inside here.
And disconnect the controller?
Yes.
Remove controllers, yeah.
Thank you, Joey. So I'm actually going to maybe make a function real quick.
Okay.
Just going to be set up scene. Where to go? Where to go?
On start on the purple parts.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Thank you. And we're going to, for this, we're going to move a lot of this stuff in here. And now let's go ahead and call this.
You couldn't see Vivian's look of utter disappointment, but
every time Richard says, "Let's make a function," I get happy. And every time he calls that function, sad.
We already got one from chat today, Vivian. You can't ask for too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Richard confirm that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Chat confirmed it. I believe in them.
Yay.
One other thing real quick that we forgot to do is we're going to go into our camera sprite and do this where we create it, and we're going to set invisible to be on. Because we don't need to see a pink pixel moving around. Who wants that?
I mean, if there's cats in the game, then it could be a laser pointer.
True. And we're going to go ahead and make another function now, which is going to be called end scene. And it's going to do all this in stuff, which we're also going to have to do. So all of this. So this is destroying the spotlight, moving to the camera, moving back over to Cool Cat, camera following Cool Cat again, destroying the camera sprite, and moving Cool Cat with buttons. Boy, I feel like I'm being good today. Normally we don't, do functions nicely like this.
Yeah.
All right. So It's at 2:00, but let's go ahead and just, watch this and make sure that everything works. So, hey, all you cool cats and kittens, get over here for a dance game.
It's so cool.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. So next time, what I think we're going to do is we're going to actually program this dance game, and basically, I think it's going to be like a rhythm style game where we're going to have them striking poses like left, right, up, and down, and then they'll do it in sequence. And so he'll do the poses and he'll say above his head left, right, up, down, and then it's going to switch over to us, and everyone around us is going to be doing it perfectly. And we'll just need to try our best,
I do know.
So we're gonna have to, for each of these sprites, we're gonna have to do some dance move versions. So I hope you guys are ready for that.
Oh.
I'm super ready.
Yep. And one last thing that I realized I forgot to do, just before we go off, is right now our MC isn't talking, and I want to do it now because otherwise I'll forget. Let's see. Yeah, right here. So we're just going to go into our character extension, and I explained this last time, but we're just going to use a little trick, which is that we made it so that when they're moving, they play the talking animation. So we're going to change this to be moving and then not moving. And that's it. All right. So I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Jay Wondrell on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon, at Skatin on the MakeCode forum. Not a robot.
And I'm Vivian, at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum. Definitely not a robot.